might be expecting a few minutes of information about HIV and sexual health. But actually, I want to talk to you about stigma, shame, and fear. Stigma, shame, and fear are holding us back. They stop us from solving homophobia, biphobia, transphobia, and racism. They're the barriers that prevent us from ending HIV. Stigma, shame, and fear stop us from living our lives as they should be. I turned 13 2 months before Section 28 was enacted. The tentacles of stigma, shame, and fear from that time held me tight, keeping me silent, denying me role models that could show me the way. I maintained that silence for a long time. No one should live like that. Stigma, shame, and fear stop us from testing. I didn't test for the first time until I was nearly 30 years old. So nervous was I about the possible results. But it could have been easier. It should have been easier. And now it is easier. Home sampling and home testing are huge steps forward. But, too often, stigma, shame and fear stop people accessing sexual health services. We need to do more to make clinics accessible, welcoming places that are open when we need them to be and staffed adequately by people who understand us. And I know that you know this, but get tested. Know your status. Once you know, you can take action to keep yourself healthy, whether through treatment or prevention or protection. Test at least once a year, more often if you're busy, as we say in the trade, or have multiple partners. And talk about getting tested. Do what you can to make it an ordinary topic of conversation. Make it normal, because it is normal. Make it visible, because it needs to be in the open, not in the shadows. Last week was World AIDS Day. Yes, it's an important fundraising event for everybody working in the field, but it's also about visibility and openness and normality and pride. Outward symbols of solidarity create space for conversations, red ribbon, which then reduce stigma, shame and fear. GMDC's own participation in National AIDS Trust Rock the Ribbon last week, you can still see it on social, sums this up fabulously. Wearing the ribbon is as important as donating to charity. Stigma, shame and fear have stopped the UK government from fully rolling out PrEP in England. There's an election next week. An unnecessary trial was put in place because prejudice and blame drove decisions rather than evidence. The evidence shows that PrEP works and it saves money. PrEP is safer sex. Stigma, shame and fear have created a society that still too often thinks twice about accepting us, embracing us, giving us equal health. But stigma, shame and fear don't just happen to us. We create them. We see it in bars, we see it on apps, we see it on social media. Clean only. No fats, no facts. BBC. Not being rude, just my preference. Where are you from? Now, where are you really from? We can demand equality from society all we like, but we must also treat our own communities with respect, with compassion and with love. We have to be the first step in making things better. The GMFA Me, Him, Us campaign was established to look beyond the usual media and images of testing messages. Designed by black, gay and bi men in its first 2 years, and now by South Asian gay and bi men, it provides positive representation of people not often seen in sexual health campaigns. The impact of these have been incredible, and we're right to be proud of them. However, they came from a place of stigma, shame and fear. Black and South Asian gay and bi men did not see themselves in the campaign. They saw, irony enough, white gays talking to and about white gays. And our Undetectables campaign, now in its 4th year, is about spreading the knowledge that someone living with HIV on successful treatment will have an undetectable viral load and cannot pass on the virus. This is a message that needs to be heard as much by people within our communities as it does wider society. You equals you is safer sex. Stigma, shame and fear make some of us in our communities act in surprising ways. We need to break free. We need to be honest. We need to be inclusive. We have all felt that stigma, shame and fear. We do not need to create it. Be upfront about what works for you regarding the kind of sex you want to have, but don't judge anyone else's choices for what works for them. For some, it's always condoms. For an increasing number, it's only PrEP. And for others, it's their own knowledge that you equals you. All of these are safe for sex. None is better or worse than the others. Decide what protection you are happy with. Don't persuade anyone to cross their own limits. And remember, information isn't everything. Educate yourself about HIV and how it differs around the world. Yes, it can affect everyone, but who is at risk depends on cultural, social and economic factors. Some people in some parts of some countries, including this one, have better access to information and treatment, which means HIV will affect them differently. Our experiences are not universal, so we should not judge the circumstances of others. We've come a long way. Decades of medical research about transmission, treatment and prevention have given us vast reservoirs of knowledge and equip us in this fight. They're not enough. If we end stigma, shame and fear, we end HIV. Thank you.